Omaima has a plan. She has just killed her husband, and now she needs to make him completely disappear. So, first, his head. What will she do with his head? She can't deal with his head right now, so she just puts it in the freezer. His hands. She's going to fry his hands because, like to get rid of his fingerprints, she will fry the hands. Some body parts are in a pot on the stove mixed with vegetables boiling. The smell is everywhere. By the time the police get to that apartment, there is blood running down the driveway from body parts that she had put in her car boot. When they open the door to their apartment, what they find looks like a horror movie. But it's not a movie. It's Thanksgiving weekend 1991, and this was a very, very real story. Before the blood, the freezer, the deep fryer, Omaima Nelson was just a 23-year-old Egyptian model. She was living in California. She had moved to the US a few years earlier after marrying an American man named Roger. That marriage did not last. When the marriage collapsed, she stayed back in California and she had jobs as a nanny and some side gigs as a model. People who knew her back then said she was friendly, but she had a bad temper. Court documents later showed that she had been accused of shoplifting, and when a guard caught her, she beat him. She was not exactly a calm personality. Omaima said that she had a very difficult childhood in Egypt. According to her, she grew up really poor and she experienced severe trauma, including undergoing female genital mutilation at age 6. That part was confirmed during her own testimony in court. In October of 1991, she met 56-year-old Bill Nelson at a bar in Huntington Beach, California. Bill was a former pilot and he had spent a bit of time in prison for smuggling marijuana, but he was very friendly, charming, loud, generous. Everybody liked him. He was also more than 30 years older than Omaima. Within days of meeting, Omaima said that they got married in an Egyptian ceremony, but there's no marriage record anywhere. So, whether they were legally married or not depends on who you ask, honestly. According to Omaima, Bill quickly became violent with her. He wanted to control everything. She later told investigators that he had tied her up and assaulted her during Thanksgiving weekend. But when the police examined her after the incident, they said that they found no signs of recent assault. That contradiction, it became a huge point in court. The classic he said, she said, but like there's nobody to fully prove anything. What is confirmed is that over that Thanksgiving weekend, Bill Nelson ended up dead inside their apartment. Omaima told the police that she fought back in self-defense. She said that he had tied her up, but she broke free. She grabbed a lamp, she hit him, used scissors, stabbed him, hit him with clothes iron. Police said that the scene did not look like self-defense. It looked as if she was trying to set it up. When the officers got there, they even found 11 containers with body parts, a deep fryer full of oil with human hands inside. In their freezer, his head was there wrapped in foil. A pot was on the stove with human parts boiling with vegetables. There were parts of his body in her car. Roughly 150 pounds of remains were found. About 80 pounds, mainly parts of the torso, were missing. Neighbors reported hearing a garbage disposal running for hours, and investigators believe that she may have tried to destroy pieces that way, but they couldn't prove it. A psychiatrist later testified that Omaima told him that she had cooked and even tasted her husband's ribs. She said that they were sweet and tender. That was his account of what she told him. Omaima denied ever eating anything, and there's no physical evidence proving cannibalism, so that remains an allegation, not a fact. After the killing, Omaima didn't even call 911. She drove Bill's red car straight to her ex-boyfriend's house, Richard Gray, and she told him that please, she needed help getting rid of some trash. Richard said the smell from that car was awful. Then he noticed what looked like blood all around, dripping. He refused to help and instead he called the police. That call was what led investigators to her apartment, where they found the bags, the freezer, the hands, everything. Police said that when they arrested her, she asked them, "If I kill him, can I get part of his money?" Now that quote came from officers' testimony. It has never been proven that she actually said it, and she denied it, but it became a headline during the trial. Her trial began in late 1992. It became a media circus immediately. The prosecution described Omaima as a manipulative woman who seduced and used older men. They said that she wanted Bill's money and his life insurance, and that was her reason for killing him. Her defense argued the opposite. They said, actually, no, she was a victim of long-term abuse, scarred by childhood trauma, and that she snapped after being assaulted one day. They said the dismemberment happened while she was in a psychotic dissociative state. She just snapped. But the prosecution pointed out how she methodically cleaned. She packed his remains. She cut him up. She fried his hands. She even drove to her ex-boyfriend's house afterward. They said that this proved that she knew exactly what she was doing. In the end, the jury believed that she had done it, but not that it was planned. So in January of 1993, Omaima Nelson was found guilty of second-degree murder and sentenced to 27 years to life. The judge called the killing horrendous and beyond comprehension. Omaima was sent to the California Institution for Women in Chino. Over the years, she claimed that she had become a born-again Christian and that she had changed her life. But prison records, they tell a mixed story. Omaima was stealing, she was fighting, she was disobeying officers. She hadn't really changed. At one point, she married an older man in his 70s while she was in prison. Prison officials later said that there was no official marriage record, but she was granted conjugal visits with him until he passed away. She has gone before the parole board multiple times between 2006 and 2011, and each time she has been denied. The board said that she minimized her role, she didn't show remorse, she was still unpredictable, and they just didn't trust her. She'll be eligible again next year, so who knows. 3 decades later, people still argue about what really happened that Thanksgiving. Was Omaima Nelson a woman that had been pushed past her breaking point? Or was she a manipulative killer who planned everything right down to the deep fryer? Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like stories like this, please follow me. I tell this story all the time on all my social media. Thank you.